There is no such thing as the perfect language. In fact, we don't need a perfect language. Language is not all about the perfect accent, flawless grammar, or prodigious ways of using complex words. If I were to talk like this because this is my natural day-to-day accent, then I'm not obligated to taper my tongue just to have the perfect accent according to your subjective standard. Because language is not about perfection. It's about connection. A connection that allows you to understand what each and every person of every culture has to say. But here's the problem. Having to connect everyone, with each of them having different culture, sounds nearly impossible. Ladies and gentlemen, nice to meet you. My name is Nisrina, and I'm honored to share with you about how powerful language is to make the impossible become possible. First of all, let's define the relation between language and culture. And I want you to note this down. Here's the thing. Language is a part of a culture. According to Dr. Padden, culture consists of 5 main elements: language, traditions, values, norms, and identity. Hence, people from the same nation, island, or even tribe can still have very distinctive cultural elements. When I first learned about this, an interesting question pops in my mind. How about sign language? Well, Dr. Padden then continues. Human languages exist in the nourishing medium of culture and society. Natural sign languages, or those who were transmitted across generations, were no exception. In conclusion, culture is not just about living in a certain country or being a part of a certain nation. Sure, those can be a part of a culture, but there is a much deeper, a much more profound meaning inside. Culture is about each of us. It's about how we see the world differently from others. Now, the main concern has risen. How exactly is language a powerful tool to connect divergence? The answer is actually simple. The most powerful thing that can connect cultures is something that's within the culture itself. Something that's inseparable with culture. And that is language. David Gabriel Michael, an Eritrean-American memoirist, defines culture as the medium for communication, interaction, and connection between generations. Meanwhile, language is the fundamental aspect of communication. It has constructed the existence of culture, how it has been passed generation by generation from hundreds of years ago. Every word, how we shape our lips, how we roll our tongue, and how we make certain signs has its own deep meaning and history. By learning languages, we also help preserving cultures. As a way of connecting cultures, language is not perfect. It's powerful. Just like how at this very moment, I'm able to share my thoughts and ideas with anyone across the globe only because I am speaking in a language that most of you are familiar with, English. With the help of this powerful language, I can connect the minds of 8 billion other people with thousands of different cultures. Although it sounds like a miracle, there lies a heavy duty that we must take part in. You see, language didn't come without a cost. We didn't automatically gain the ability to understand a certain language. It requires sacrifices. It needs you to have the sympathy and the urge to connect with others. A famous quote from Uncle Ben says, "With great power comes great responsibility." Therefore, being able to speak any language means that you hold a great power within you. And that means you are also greatly responsible to make the impossible become possible.